Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been hearing a mysterious clunking or knocking noise every time you drive over a bump, a pothole, or even just an uneven patch of road, you're in the right place. That sound is more than just annoying. It's your car trying to tell you something's wrong with its suspension. Today, we're going to play detective and figure out the most common culprits behind that clunking noise. Is it the suspension itself, or could it be a bad control arm? Let's dive in and find out. First, let's talk about what these parts do. Your car's suspension system is a complex network of components, including shocks, struts, springs, and linkages. Its job is to absorb bumps, keep your tires firmly on the ground, and give you a smooth, stable ride. The control arms are a crucial part of this system. They're hinged links that connect your wheel hub and steering knuckle to the car's frame. They allow the wheels to move up and down with the road surface while staying securely attached to the vehicle. When everything is working correctly, it's a beautiful symphony of engineering. But when one part fails, that symphony turns into a clunky mess. So, how do we start diagnosing this noise? The first and most common suspect is often a worn-out sway bar link, also known as a stabilizer link. These little rods connect your sway bar to the suspension components. They have small ball joints on the ends that can wear out over time. When they get loose, they'll rattle and clunk, especially over smaller, repetitive bumps. The great news is that sway bar links are relatively inexpensive and easy to replace, making this one of the best-case scenarios for a suspension clunk. Next up, let's consider the struts or shock absorbers. These are the primary dampers in your suspension. Inside, they have hydraulic fluid and valves that control the wheel's movement. Over time, the seals can wear out, causing fluid to leak. When a shock or strut is blown, it can no longer effectively dampen impacts. This can lead to a hollow, knocking sound as the suspension bottoms out or tops out too quickly. You might also notice your car feeling extra bouncy or floaty after hitting a bump. Another part of the strut assembly to check is the strut mount, which connects the strut to the car's body. The bearing inside can fail, causing a clunking or popping sound, especially when you're turning the steering wheel. Now, let's get to the main event. The control arms. A bad control arm can definitely be the source of your clunking noise. Control arms have bushings and ball joints that allow them to pivot smoothly. The bushings are rubber or polyurethane components that absorb vibration and allow for movement. Over time, this rubber degrades, cracks, and wears out. When a control arm bushing is shot, it creates excess play, allowing the metal parts of the control arm to bang against the subframe or other components. This usually creates a deeper, more solid-sounding clunk, often heard during acceleration or braking as the arm shifts. Similarly, the ball joint on the end of the control arm can also fail. A ball joint is a spherical bearing that allows the wheel to both pivot for steering and move up and down with the suspension. When it wears out, the ball becomes loose in its socket. This looseness will cause a distinct clunking or popping noise as the suspension moves, and you might even feel it through the steering wheel. A failed ball joint is a major safety concern, because if it separates completely, you could lose control of the wheel. So if you suspect a bad ball joint, it's crucial to get it inspected and replaced immediately. So, to recap, how can you tell the difference? A light, rattly clunk over small bumps often points to sway bar links. A bouncy ride with a hollow knock could mean blown struts or shocks. A deeper, more solid clunk, especially when starting, stopping, or turning, often suggests worn control arm bushings or ball joints. The best way to be sure is to get your car safely lifted on jack stands and perform a physical inspection. Wiggle the sway bar links. Look for leaking fluid around the shocks. Use a pry bar to check for play in the control arm bushings, and try to move the wheel from top to bottom and side to side to check for looseness in the ball joints. Dealing with suspension noises can be tricky, but by systematically checking these key components, you can pinpoint the problem and get your car riding smoothly and safely again. Remember, your suspension is critical for both comfort and safety, so never ignore those clunks and bumps. Thanks for watching, everyone. If this video helped you out, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more automotive tips, and let me know in the comments what you found. Drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.